I don't think this is going to surprise any of you, but I have watched all the porn. I've seen it all. I've watched way too much porn. Some would say too much, and they would be right. My nose is itchy, and I'm not restarting. But I was like, can I sit there for an hour and not itch my nose? And the answer is no. Um, I've watched a lot. I've been involved with porn since I used to have to read it because there was for those of you who are, I don't know, 25 and under, and probably even those my age and older might not have found this, but when I was when the internet is something different. When the internet was first introduced, there was something called dial-up internet, and it was not fast. It was like if like high speed internet today is God, what was that guy's name? Can't believe I'm forgetting his name now. The Jamaican fucking amazing sprinter. God damn it. And I'm gonna Google it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Jamaican, not bobsled team, sprinter. Usain Bolt. Mr. Bolt. Mr. Bolt is the speed of like high speed internet these days. Like whatever provider you have, even though they probably suck, they're fast when they want to be. That works. If Usain Bolt, I think it's Usain, Mr. Bolt, if he was racing me, I would represent dial-up internet. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to work if someone's talking to me. And that's for those of you who don't know, the dial-up internet wouldn't work if someone was if you were on the phone. Sometimes you'd pick up the phone and someone else was on the internet and it sounded like your phone was crying. It was terrible. That was the dial-up internet. So even pictures would take a while to load. That's something that I bet a lot of young people watching and listening to this, don't forget I do this on YouTube as well. And if you're watching this, I do also have it on audio if you have to go back into the office or if you don't want to listen to nothing in the car. By the way, I may have ruined my car. I don't think so, but I had to drive through a puddle. Like, not a puddle. It was like I drove through a small lake under a bridge today, and my front license plate bent. And now I am, it's like I was telling the people on the phone, I feel like I went onto WebMD and now I have cancer because as soon as you Google driving through a lake, like Michael Scott style, I feel like my car is ruined. It was running fine. I called. They said as long as there's no lights and it doesn't sound weird, I'm probably okay. I have a Tiguan. That's not a brag. It's about the smallest SUV you could get, but it's nice because when I was really chubby, it was nice to be up high and have a little bit more room. I look like a clown in a clown car in the sedan, or I used to. Now I could fit in the sedan pretty nicely. But oh yeah, I was like, why did I get into that? Yeah, I might have destroyed my car. So by the time this comes out, you'll know on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. You'll just hear a Jewish man's cry like, "Oh no!" like that. Like that wasn't even that Jewish, but that was kind of Jewish. So yeah, if you are watching, that was the point. If you are watching, I'm not even stoned. Maybe a little bit. If you are watching, I do also have an audio version of this as well. But I have watched a lot of porn. That was the point of this. Way too much. And I rate, there we go. See? Takes me a second, but my brain, it kicks. Oh, okay. So I started seeing this new girl and lady, ma'am, and we were kissing. Okay, so let me back up even a little bit further. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I'm not like pulling a Theo Vaughn and saying no more porn, but I'm trying to lay off of the porn to I'm getting older. I want to make sure I have enough hummus in the tank for the falafel. I don't know if that ever at all makes sense, but we were making out, and she was like, "Are you okay?" Because and I've heard this complaint before. If like I start making out with somebody or start getting into it, and then we stop, like my brain, it needs to restart. I can't just go from that to like, how was your day? My brain, it takes a minute. Like, my car, speaking of cars, if like, I don't know what the rules are, but it feels like sometimes if I'm at like a stoplight and like I'm on my brake for long enough, the car doesn't turn off, but it sort of turns off, and it like, as soon as you press on the gas again, it like reboots a little bit. That's what I am like if you want to kiss me, so that's embarrassing. But so I was thinking about porn today, and when I first started my experience with porn, there are two. Okay, so I guess what I'll say, because I've been teasing you, I've been teasing you with this dial-up internet thing. When I first started, it was just like legit stories, like erotic stories. It was just stories. Like the pictures didn't load, so it was just written text that another horny dude wrote, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want. But that was like my second intro into porn. My first intro into porn, I think I've told this story before, and I know that he wasn't my counselor, but there's a counselor. I think he was a counselor. He might have actually been a camper. When I went to a camp in Maine, and there's someone who listens, at least listen to the church. I'll find out, Sean, if you listen to this. Shout out, Sean. And so he would know. I was in a cabin. He wasn't in that cabin. And one of the counselors had, like, everyone had their own locker, and there was I don't know if it was an extra locker or if he just didn't have any things, but there was a locker with not even like a little bit. It was like a locker and with like 3 to 4 feet of porn magazines. And I was like 10 or 11. I was young. I was pretty young. And let's just say, like, it was a porn lending library. And for like 11, and again, guys, this is before the internet. It might have been the first boob I've ever seen. Probably not. But it was definitely top, like, the first 10 boobs I've ever seen. And I remember when I left camp that summer, I took not even a full magazine. I took 2 full pages out, so it was front and back. So it was 4 pages, but it was like 2 real pages of just porn. And I remember it was like farm themed. There was hay involved, and like a girl sitting on hay. Like, yeah, there used to be magazines, guys. Like, just one real. I mean, you guys know what photos are. It wasn't a GIF. It was just like a real still, a sexy position. I was in the stone ages of porn. Even a VHS tape would have been better, which I did eventually see. But I hid that magazine pages underneath my mattress, and it wasn't even a full magazine. But I was young and stupid, because of course someone's gonna find it, and my mom found it and was very upset that I had it, and I'm assuming she threw it away, like burned it. It'd be fun if she had it in like a scrapbook. She's like, here's the first porn you ever brought home. But no, she wouldn't do that. But that was the start, and then the internet got faster and helped out lonely chubby dudes like myself. It's gone to the point where I have legitimately fallen asleep watching porn. And now this is a lot, but I used to like put it on my laptop on my chest like I was a SEAL. and like that's me typing. Like I'd put it on my chest, and that started to get really hot. And I also, this is just a sad fact but true, now I'm a skinnier version of myself, still fat but getting there. And when right at the end of my fatness, my last big fatness, I was too fat to do that activity laying on my back. Like I couldn't. I have T-Rex arms, I have short arms, and I had a big stomach, and it just didn't reach. So I thought about getting one of those, like, those grabber tong thingies that you can grab stuff on the top shelf when you're short like me. No, I thought about grabbing one of those, but that looked like it'd be painful. So I learned that if I rolled onto my side, this is embarrassing, that if I rolled onto my side, then the stomach would go to one side, and then I could just take care of business. And this is a lot. The internet has my entire life on it, so who cares at this point? But because of that, I started using my phone. This is it. You probably don't want to touch that. But now when I like fall asleep, I've fallen asleep holding the phone, and because now I can go back on my back like a king. But now when I'm holding my phone and I fall asleep, it has fallen onto my face. And then sometimes if I'm like just kind of falling asleep, it'll slowly rest on my face, and that is upsetting. But I'm gonna get more into that. That was quite an intro. That was the intro to the episode. Very quickly wanted to say a couple things. One, if you did not know, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, which you should, Coach HP is fantastico. That is in no way related to the fact that he's Cuban. I just wanted to say fantastico. I was on Uncle Joey's Joint this week. 2 episodes. Boom. Bam. I don't know if you could see that. I don't know what the camera angle shows, but I flicked my nipples for some reason. It's cold in here, so they're like kind of sticking out. I was on for 2 episodes. It was a lot of fun. Got a ton of amazing messages from everybody. It was great to see. I mean, I've talked to Joey a lot, but I haven't seen him in person. I'm still waiting to see him in person. But it was awesome, great to talk to and see Mike. The episodes were fun. I feel like we had a great time, and you should go check them out. So go to Joey's YouTube channel, Joey Diaz, and check out Uncle Joey's Joint on anywhere you listen to podcasts. And you can listen. I believe it's episode 77 and 78. Wow, you do a lot of episodes in a year. That's crazy. But that was a blast. Really, go check it out if you're at all a listener of the church. It was a great time, and I'm really happy and thankful to Joey for having me on. I also wanted to just say thank you for sticking with me this year. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I have the church reaction videos now. I'm starting a series with my buddy Eric Rocha pretty soon. Not a podcast. It's going to be on YouTube and Instagram. Some really short videos. Kind of that, like that's kind of what got me in the not the mood, in the mode to think about porn today, because it's going to be sex based. And that's it. I do want to give a very quick shout out to our sponsors this week. And yes, I did say sponsors. I'm so happy to introduce you to our newest sponsor, which is Dive Bar Nutrition. Now, you might be like, Lee, why is this wrapper open? It's because I got a little excited. It's my favorite flavor. It's called Cookies and Dream, and I legitimately ate it. And here's the thing. This is my second take of doing this ad, because you can see how big of a bite I took, and it took like 30 seconds to chew, so I didn't want to like have you guys do that, so I'm just going to take a little nibble. It's so good. Okay, so other than the taste, which is really the most important thing. Well, not the most important thing, but to me, let's be honest. If it tastes like dirt, I'm not going to eat it, even if it's a healthier option for you. But the thing I like second most, besides the taste of Dive Bar Nutrition, is that I'm dealing with the owner, okay? It's a guy named Phil. He's a great guy, and you know what? He's not just nice. He has a master's in exercise science. He knows what he's talking about, and he did this. One of the most interesting things that I learned from talking to Phil is that the reason why a lot of the other protein bars that I've tried taste like dirt is that there's like, for a huge percentage, like over 70-80% of protein bars are made by one of 3 factories. So they're all the same. It doesn't matter what label you have on them. This is different. Dive Bar makes all of it themselves. They're amazing. They taste delicious. So this one is called Cookies and Dream. They have a bunch of great flavors like divorce cake. I think they have one called bunny crap. They're funny, okay? They don't take themselves too seriously. And also, I had a nutritionist and other people who I trust look at this stuff. This is not like this is not a kale shake, okay? This is a better for you option if you want protein, if you want good macros, and this is one of the most important things. It has 90 milligrams of caffeine in the bar, okay? And this bar only has, I think, 220 calories. Yep, 220 calories, not bad, but the 90 milligrams of caffeine is very helpful, especially like for me, a guy who doesn't like having breakfast. This is a great way to have breakfast. It can get rid of my Diet Coke. It can get rid of all that stuff. And it tastes amazing. I'm going to finish this, but I'm going to finish the podcast first. Do me a favor, okay? They usually give 20% off, but Phil likes the church. He knew me from the church. He's giving a deal that he's never given away before. Do me a favor and make me look good so we can I can keep having protein bars. They're giving 25% off, okay? They're giving 25% off, and not just for one order, okay? Every time you order, go to Dive Bar Nutrition, and at checkout, use code LEE, L-E-E, and you're going to get 25% off your order. I can't do it for gift cards. I mean, come on. That would be a move that I would pull, but I mean, come on. You can't do that. No gift cards, no clearance, and no supersize upgrades. But everything else, all of their bars, they have a bunch of ice cream flavors like Rocky Road and Mint Chip for summer. Just do me a favor and check out Dive Bar Nutrition, okay? Like, you know that bar where you go meet that dirty girl or dirty guy, whatever you're into? It's Dive Bar Nutrition, but it's going to be a lot better for you than going to that bar. You're going to get a bar full of deliciousness, full of protein, and a good amount of caffeine, the same amount of caffeine as in a cup of coffee, 90 milligrams. Go to Dive Bar Nutrition and get 25% off of your order with code LEE, okay? Thank you very much. And as always, I want to thank Manscaped. Manscaped is the best, okay? It's summertime. You want to have your beach bod. You had some protein, and you want to look good, okay? You can't do that when your balls look like a forest and they smell like the forest had a trash dump put into it, okay? So do me a favor, go to manscaped.com and use code Syatt, S-Y-A-T-T, at checkout to get 20% off plus free shipping, okay? They have everything that you need. They're the leader in men's grooming. They've helped 2 million men worldwide. They're the best, okay? So when you go to manscaped.com/Syatt, S-Y-A-T-T, you're going to get 20% off plus free shipping. That's 20% off plus free shipping. Use code Syatt, S-Y-A-T-T. Escape the shrubs and the weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped. Okay, so thank you very much to both of our sponsors this week, and on with the show. So, okay, what I wanted to talk about, I just readjusted. This is serious time here. What I wrote down is what I would do if I was the Lord and Savior of porn, which I might be. If I was the king ruler over porn, here are the rules I would put into place. Okay? Here are the rules. First rule. Don't put any more story into it. Okay? First of all, no one cares. I've watched everything, and it's honestly gone to the point where porn is boring, and I'd rather just not do it and just take a nap. I don't think in my entire lifetime of watching porn, I've seen even a full minute combined of story. Okay? I open up the video, you skip ahead until you see something fun, and you just go there. No one needs story. The acting is terrible. It does nothing but upset my boner. So get rid of it, okay? And by the way, frankly, it's 2021. I hate to say this. I don't want to get anyone out of a job. Do we need professional porn stars anymore? I mean, it's supposed to be a fantasy, okay? It's supposed to be like, oh my goodness, this is me behind the camera or in front of the camera. Wherever the camera is, I'm there. And I don't have a 12-inch penis that looks like you took 2 Coke cans and used electric tape to tape them together, okay? Mine looks like if you took a Mexican Coke bottle and cut it in like half. Not lengthwise. Not down the middle, but like down the middle horizontally. And that's even a little bit jealous. Like it was probably like the top of the Coke bottle where it starts to get thinner. I don't really I don't really care about like professional porn anymore. And like the women are hot. Everyone's good looking. That's not the problem. Some of the men aren't that good. Some of them that's good to know though that in America in 2021 you can be an ugly dude, but you can make a pretty probably awesome living. What are the qualifications? Do you have a large size penis? Yes. Does it still technically work? I think so. You're hired. You're high. I've seen so much porn that I recognize dudes now by their like leg tattoos, and I have no idea what their face looks like, which we'll get to in a minute. But it's all about I honestly think 2021 is the year of amateur porn. I want to see chubby dudes. I want to see chubby girls. I want to see I have noticed, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this, almost all amateur porn, the room, like you can tell if you're shooting amateur porn, and God bless you, you're not really into like housekeeping. Like I've seen some of the dirtiest rooms in my I feel like they're shooting an episode of Hoarders later in the day, and they're just like, I'm kind of horny. Let's shoot this before they come over. And by the way, I actually had this thought the other day. I wonder how many people during work from home times did what I like. If I'm working from home, I'm in my office today, so you can't do it here, or I can't. You're not allowed. But if you somehow got in, maybe you could jerk off in the office. I feel like they check the web history, so I don't want to get kicked out for masturbating in the office. But when work from home, if like you have like 10 minutes between a meeting, I would bet over 60% of dudes jerked off on the clock, which I gotta say is pretty awesome. And it's also kind of fun because you're like, can I make it? I can make it. It's like the boulder in Indiana Jones is chasing you, and instead of the boulder running you over, your Zoom meeting is going to start before you finish. Which this is going to be a fun episode. This is going to be, some people are probably going to get mad at me. Probably going to get demonetized, but that's okay. I'm passionate about pornography because I've seen it enough to know how it should be done and that they're doing it wrong. Okay, so we don't need any more story. We want amateur stuff, and if it's gonna be professional, just get to the fun stuff. And also, by the way, don't if it's a lesbian porn, which is awesome, have it be a lovely young lady who's actually in to other lovely young ladies. Sometimes you watch it and it looks like they're like, it's like me eating vegetables. It's like they don't even want to be there, and it's like, come on, man, like this is at least pretend, at least like fake being happy, like they stick their tongue out and it looks like they're like, I don't want to eat Brussels sprouts. It's awful. Amateur's where it's at. Okay, here's another one. And this is a big one. If you put music into porn, like at all, like any music, like if you make like especially compilations of anything and you put music behind it, I think you should have like your computer privileges. You should have your computer privileges taken away from you for at least a month. Who's watching porn and being like, you know what? I want to listen to some music right now. And not even separately. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to set a mood. You turn on Alexa, play jazz music while I jerk off to some weird shit. I don't know. But they don't even let you make the choice. They put like hard rock into it, and it completely kills the mood. And there's nothing worse, because sometimes the title and like the picture make you think like this is going to be the best episode ever, and it turns out no, it's not, because there's music, and I can't do that with Third Eye Blind playing. Okay, I can't. Apparently, it is funny that Pornhub apparently does no does like zero copyright infringement. I don't know how they get away with. How do they get away with that? Like zero copyright infringement. Like I've literally watched videos where there's like a full-on television show going on in the background, which, by the way, is like, now that I've started seeing someone again, like there's a new rule that, because if we smoke a joint, you have to have like PBS on in the background, because if there's like Family Guy or The Office or something funny on, I'm trying to pay attention to what we're doing, and I'm focused, but like I forget, there was a line in The Office. There was like a line in The Office last night. It was something like, this isn't a gay bashing party. It's a gay pride, like something. That's the I completely butchered it, but stoned. It was fun. By the way, if you're gonna watch funny TV, just do it. It's not worth it unless you're high. If you're high, you giggle, you forget some things happen, but that has nothing to do with porn. So don't put music into it, okay? Do me that. Be a human being and just let me hear what's going on. There's a bunch of no's in here. These are all the mistakes I see that people do. I don't want to know what the male porn star's face looks like, ever. I want him to have an entire career where I never ever see above his waist. Okay? I'm sorry to treat you like a piece of meat, gentlemen, but you get to have sex with the hottest people in the world for a living. I think that's it. I don't even really need. I don't dislike seeing the penis, but that's not at all what excites me. But what excites me is that there's a woman involved who is very excited about the penis, and then she does things to it and with it, and that's what I want to see. Do I want to see his face getting like all scrunched up, like really passionate? I don't know. I don't want to see his face. I want to be able to tell. If he's walking down the street, I would have no idea who he is. But if like there's a dude who has like some tattoos around his thigh, like I've seen before, if I saw his thigh, I'd be like, I know who that is. But face, I don't care. I don't want to see it. And frankly, I don't really know if faces are necessary that much at all either. Okay? I'm sorry, ladies. I mean, for a blowjob, sure, I need to see your face. In real life, if I'm having sex with you, I'm a big fan of faces. I probably like the I hope so. I mean, let's be honest. We've all had nights with people whose face we're like, I don't ever want to see that face. It's not even a topic of like, it's not even like commenting on the prettiness of that face. But sometimes like you just don't really like the person anymore. But you're like, it's happening, and I don't want to see their face again. But the majority of the time, if I'm having sex with you, your face is something I enjoy. But in porn, let's just focus on the good stuff, okay? That's it. And speaking of that, I don't. There's so many like angles and shots. Like, listen, you're not Scorsese, you're not Tarantino. You don't need a crane shot. You don't need an establishing shot. Just zoom in and leave it alone and like leave it alone. Okay? I want to just see what I want to see and nothing else. I want to see what I want to see, okay? There's no underneath shots that I get to see the dude's butthole. No one needs that. Do I need that? No. And also, get close. Sometimes, and this is a problem with amateur and professional porn, it feels like sometimes it's like a security camera shot. Like it's a GoPro put in the corner of the room 18 feet away. Do I need to wear binoculars while I'm jerking off? I don't want to do that, okay? Get close, focus on the good stuff, and that's really it. Okay, and don't if you dare switch to the dude's like an outside shot, like sometimes like it's a dude's face or it's like the surroundings, which I've seen a lot. A lot of times, if it's happening in a car, they'll be like, "Look around." Like I don't care. None of this, I mean, I'm not there. I can see how maybe it's exciting to have sex with somebody in a car in real life. But the thing that is exciting to me about watching this is not that you might get caught. You're just taking and now I have to fast forward so I'm not touching myself to pictures of the sky. I don't care about any of that. Just get it right in there and focus on good angles. I know missionary is kind of a boring angle. To be honest, I'm a big fan of it. But some people are like, I don't like missionary. I like to do weird shit from the Kama Sutra or stuff I make up when I'm stoned. And I get into like a triangle position and weird stuff happens. Missionary is probably the best porn angle. You get to see everything. It might be a little bit boring for them. It doesn't bother me. But like there are some like if the girl's on top and you're shooting it from the side, what am I supposed to be excited by? She looks like she's riding a horse. Da-dung, da-dung, da-dung. I don't care. I don't care. I want to see, and by the way, cowgirl, almost not, especially from behind, so you just see balls and a butt. Like it looks like she has balls now. That's real. It looks like, and they're in the wrong place. Okay. If you like seeing girls with balls, that basically they used to have chicks with dicks. That I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this episode. If that's what you're into, that's totally fine. But I don't want to see a girl who doesn't have balls look like she has balls hanging out of her butthole. That's really not something that I'm into. Speaking of angles, amateur porn enthusiasts, directors, I don't know what you call yourselves, content creators. Invest in a gimbal, okay? This is like a $30 one I bought on Amazon for my walks that I do. Listen, I give you all the credit in the world. If I was getting a blowjob, I could not keep the shot where I wanted to keep it. I get that. But sometimes you guys are going at it, and then like it's centered, and then the best part, it goes off, and you didn't realize, and you're showing the corner, you're showing the cat watching you, and just get a gimbal, get a tripod, and just leave it alone, like leave it close, like zoomed in, and just that's it. That's all I want to see. Okay, throw your GoPros away. Just your webcams are even okay, but get it close. I don't want to. I can't see anything 10 feet away. That's depressing. Okay, here's another one. If you put a video online that's like under 4 minutes, maybe 3 in a pinch, but if it's under 4, you shouldn't be allowed to post anymore. I've seen videos that are like 28 seconds. What? 28 seconds? If it's under a minute, I don't click on you. What am I going to do in 37 seconds? Nothing. It's going to piss me off. I'm going to have to keep hitting restart. Let's just say I had 4 minutes written down, but let's just say 5 minutes and over. And that, honestly, it should be 10. Okay? 10, it's not that much to ask. 10 minutes? If you're having sex and you're done in 10 minutes, that you need to reevaluate and add a couple more rounds or something. Do a stretch, do something it has to last at least 10 minutes. Here's another thing. I don't judge, as long as it's legal. I don't judge what you're into. I mean, that's not true. I may judge you silently like a good American, but I will not. I don't care if you want to watch it. I don't care if you like your feet licked, or I don't know. You can only watch porn if you're drinking, if they're drinking Gatorade Zero in a kiddie tub. I don't know what's going on. Okay? But do me a favor. Please label the video appropriately. Okay? Sometimes I'll be watching a video and it'll just be like the most disturbing, like it's like and it's not real because it's illegal, but they'll be like guys pretending they have sex with their mothers or something. Like, when that happens, I just don't jerk off anymore for the whole day. When like they'll say like, "Oh, mom," like, ugh, gross. Okay, if you're into mom stuff, gross. I'm sorry, but okay. I'm trying to be. I'm not judging you. I am kind of judging you, but I'm not going to let you know that. What if you're into that? If you're like, let's just take it back even a little bit further. If you're into like, you're a dude and you want to get beat up, like you want someone to step on your balls, God bless you. But what is it they say that the Southern people say? Bless your heart. That's what they say. Bless your heart if you want to get your balls stepped on. I don't like that. Sometimes it'll be a great video, and then all of a sudden the girl will turn into Mike Tyson and start punching the guy's dick, and I don't like any of that. That just makes me hurt by proxy. And just if it's you stepping on someone's balls and spitting in their eyeball, cool. But just put in the title, "Hey, just so you know, I step on balls in this video." And then I'll be like, "Well, no thank you," and move about my day. But you don't seem to understand that when I'm getting very emotional. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about the porn creators. You watching it probably hate who knows, maybe some people probably like it. Just let me know what I'm watching. I just want to watch people have good old-fashioned sex. That's all I want. I don't need anything crazy, nothing blown up. I don't need ice cubes in the butthole, whatever you want to do. I just want to I have a joke, which I was trying not to do, but it's just, I want to have good, like, Christian sex. Like, that's what I want to look at. I just want to be the normal positions, nothing crazy, and we're in and we're out, and we're having a good time, okay? And that leads me to my final point of the day. And this is a point that I want to make to the producers, the websites. You don't need porn. There's enough out. You have plenty of content. You have thousands of pages of content. If it's pre-1995, I don't. Who need what? It looks like I'm watching an oldie. Like it looks like I'm watching even black and white would be better than this. Some of this is like, I don't know. I need 720 and above to make it work. Okay? I don't want to see blotchy, grainy balls. Okay? I want to see high definition testicles, and I that's what I need in my life. Okay? I need it. I'm getting a call here from Steve Simone, and I'll call him back. But that's what I need, okay? I need good quality, and frankly, if you're gonna do it with a phone, do it sideways, okay? Not like this, sideways. I want to see it in full screen. I don't need to see two black bars. Do it right, okay? Good quality. And let's be adults about our porn, okay? That's what I have to say. So that let me know what you guys think. I think that was a fun episode. I truly believe everything I said. But it's we'll see if this is definitely a not safe for work one. I wouldn't watch this one with your kids or your boss. I love how I'm saying that at the end of this. Yeah, just so you know, you should have put headphones on. I think you probably would have figured it out. But those are how I would, if I was the king of porn, those are the rules I would instate. Is that word? Instate? Those are the rules I would make. You just saw me think it out and come up with no answer. Enact. Those are my rules for porn. Okay? And they're right. So if you disagree, let me know. But they're right. Okay? So I wanted to thank our sponsors for this week. One, our great new amazing sponsor of Dive Bar Nutrition. Okay? Go to divebarnutrition.com and at checkout, put in the code LEE, L-E-E, to save 25% off of your order. And if you like it, go back and order again. I even saw on their website, I think there's some terms and conditions, but it says on their website that if you get $75 or more, you get free shipping. So use the 25% off, get a bunch of protein bars. They taste delicious. They have a bunch of great flavors. So go to divebarnutrition.com and use code word LEE to get 25% off. And thank you to Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com and use code Syatt to get 20% off plus free shipping. That's right. Manscaped.com has everything you need to make your balls look and smell amazing. It's manscaped.com, code Syatt to get 20% off plus free shipping. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. It's great to have you every week, and I'll be back next week for a great new episode of What Was I Thinking?